Have you ever wondered why guys go into prison? They might look kind of normal or out of shape, or hey, maybe even sickly from years of drug abuse or living a rough lifestyle. And then when they come out, they're jacked to the gills. I've always wondered that too. And I'm going to talk about that today. Why do inmates come to prison and get so jacked and come home looking huge? Welcome back to another episode of Grow With Me, Sawyer P, where we grow together, not apart. And I was just happy and wanted to make another video. It's been a while, so I was happy to make something for y'all. I apologize, it's been quite some time since I've uploaded anything. I want to say August was the last time I've uploaded, and just had various life events and things come up. I was in a relationship and not in that relationship anymore, so I was going through that and dealing with that and a few other things, but all in all, life's okay for the most part. Maybe I just got a little bummed out, but I'm back and I want to start doing this regularly again. Life happens. You got to keep pushing and grinding through no matter what happens. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of this channel, is to grow together, not apart. While I do talk about some of my mistakes in life that I've made, I also do encourage people to improve their quality of life and make good decisions and things of that nature. So anyways, as you've seen from the intro to this video, this particular video is going to be about people that go to prison. A lot of the times going in looking skinny, frail, emaciated because of drug abuse and neglecting their health from living the lifestyle, running the streets, partying if you want to call it that, using hard drugs, whatever, and just neglecting themselves. And doing a period of time, it could be a few months, it could be a few years, it could be multiple years, and coming home looking jacked, just looking absolutely insane. So, I always wondered, why is that? Why do they, and sometimes these guys are looking bigger than guys that build out here on the street for years and years and years. Guys in there in a short period of time are getting huge. Where people out here in the street, they're training for years and years and years, are some of them even on steroids. Out here in the free world, we got access to things like steroids, SARMs, growth hormone, all kinds of stuff is available on the market. If you know the right people and know where to look, you can get all those things. They're not too hard to find nowadays. With a few clicks of your mouse or hopping on your browser on your phone, you can get about whatever you want these days. So, yeah. So, but it's just insane. Some of the things I'd seen, some of the feats of strength. I guess one of the first things I want to cover, in regards to the subject, is you have to think whenever you get locked up. Mind you, I love to lift. I like this subject. I love to lift. I work out almost every day. I'm a big calisthenic enthusiast. I love stuff like pull-ups, push-ups, dips, body weight movements. I've got to where I can do muscle-ups, and I'm trying to get to where I can do the human flag and various other feats of strength like that, where it's more body control. My latest feat I've really been working on is more of an explosive thing. I've been practicing dunking, which I've done a few times. It's kind of hard to consistently do it. It takes a lot of coordination and syncing up your movements to get it right, and as well as of course a good vertical. That's the most important part, but there's a lot of coordination involved. It's not as simple as just jumping up and if you're just barely getting enough vertical, you got to time it right and swing the ball up and over and in. You just got to time it correctly. It's a lot of coordination involved. But anyways, so my first thought, okay, you're coming you come off the streets, coming into this environment, and I don't care who you are, I don't care how much time you did, there's going to be at least a little bit of uncertainty. It might be worse for others than it is for some. Some might be a little more cool, calm, and collected rather than others. People that have been to jail numerous times kind of know what to expect, but usually going in, especially if it's a facility you're not familiar with, there's usually always a little anxiety, maybe even fear, doubt, uncertainty. You don't know who's in there. You don't know if you have enemies in there. You don't know what types of crimes these people committed or what they're capable of. There's people in there with very violent crimes, very violent backgrounds, that are not good people and will not hesitate to hurt someone over the smallest matter. So just walking in there, your body, I think there's some physiological responses going on within the body that happen. They say whenever there's a threat, the body can either tend to go into fight, flight, or freeze mode. You think about fight, of course, if someone's coming at you, you fight to try to ward them off. Flight, that would be running, trying to get away. You can't run in there, though. Or freeze, you think of a deer in headlight about to get hit by a car. It freezes up. Its brain just kind of shuts down and it locks up and boom, you know what I mean? That's probably the worst thing you can do. You're better off at least trying to fight or get away. Freezing's the worst decision. So those 3 F's. So whenever you enter those environments, I think it can tend to, raise your body's natural testosterone production. Hey, some people are scared and they don't do anything and they pay for protection and try to get under someone's wing to help them, but those that got some pride and heart, that they choose that fear as a way to motivate them, or that anxiety as a way to motivate them, and that's why you see guys lifting in there or working out constantly. County jail, there's usually not weights. People make their own weights out of broomsticks, and they'll fill garbage bags full of water and tie them to the sticks and curl them and overhead press them and do rows with them, bent over rows. All kinds of stuff like that. A lot of push-ups, pull-ups, dips, things of that nature. But the people that are smart, these smart people that do time, they immediately, as quickly as possible, start working out because they know where they're at. They know the danger that exists. They know there's threats around them, and a lot of the time, there's a truck passing by, sorry. A lot of the time, no one's going to come to your aid, unless you stand up for yourself. People aren't going to, some people will rally behind you and help you, but until people see that you're going to stand up for yourself, a lot of people aren't going to. If you're a coward, no one's going to be there for you. You know what I mean? No one's going to help you. Most people got to see, hey, is this dude willing to stand up for himself? I'm not going to stand behind him and fight with him if he ain't going to fight for himself. You know what I mean? So, so the first thing, I feel like your body enters that fight, flight, or freeze response. And the smart people, they choose to fight. And that going into that mode, your body going into that mode, it elevates, it raises your body's testosterone. I really think it does, being around other men. And just to kind of, this is a theory I got, they say that when a lot of women are gathered together in one place, their menstrual cycle will time out at the same time. So the hormones given off by people around you can affect you. Our body gives off pheromones and things of that nature. So I think when we're around other men, it can tend to naturally raise our testosterone by being around all men. Just like when all women get together, their menstrual cycles, all sync up. They act more feminine when they're all around each other. But I do know their menstrual cycle does that. So there is effects of being around all the same gender. It does affect us, Another thing you have to think about is guys in there, they have plenty of time to sleep. Sure, you might have a prison job, you might have you know, you might be getting your GED or taking welding classes or small engine repair or horticulture or taking college classes. You can do a lot of those things while you're locked up. Going to AA and NA, there's all different types of programs. Sorry, my nose is itching. To keep you busy, but you still have a good bit of free time. And in your free time, a lot of guys get to sleep. You're always getting 3 square meals, always. So you're always getting, you know, the bare minimum nutrition you get, plus what you can order off commissary to supplement that and get packages sent in. Some facilities in some states, New York allows this. That's where I did most of my time, was in New York. They allow you to get packages sent in full of food. Yeah, so that's a thought too. You know, you get plenty of rest, you get plenty of time to let your body recover. But something I gotta speak on though is, you know, some of the feats of strength you see in there. You know, I think men, as by our nature, we're competitive, and I don't know if I would have ever done this on my own out in the street, but there was just that real go hard mentality in there. Go hard, get it, get it, get it. You know what I mean? And when I first started lifting, I was deadlifting. I weighed, I don't know, 185 or something like that. I wasn't big. I wasn't, you know, wasn't like how I am now. I'm not saying I'm jacked, but I'm in decent shape now. Pretty good shape now, you know. I was hitting 335 with that little push and that grit and that, you know, anger you get around being, that camaraderie we had, you know, pushing each other when we'd be in the workout pit, you know, at the gym or outside in the yard. But there's one guy in particular I wanted to speak on real quick. It makes me think of this guy. His name was, he went by H, but his name was James Harris. That guy could do stuff that no one else on the compound could do. He could have probably been a dang Olympic gymnast. His calisthenic skills were so insane. This guy, you know, he can do underhand grip muscle ups. If you don't know what a muscle up is, that's where you pull yourself up above the bar and then dip up. Like on a pull-up bar, you know, it's not just, this is a pull-up. You're launching yourself up, then pressing up above the bar, which doing it overhand's hard enough. He was doing it underhand, then dipping up. He could throw himself up, reach over the bar, touch his toes, then catch himself, throw himself off the bar, do a 360, then re-catch himself, do rep, not like these, single hand pull-ups, you know. And while genetics play a factor in a person's strength and fitness, you know, having that extra push from always knowing you're in a dangerous environment, always knowing you need to stay in shape, always knowing someone could run up on you and attack you for any little thing. You might accidentally bumped into someone walking down the walkway, not thought anything of it, and he took it personal, and now he might be ready to catch you and hit you. You know what I mean? You got to be very mindful of everything you do in there, you know. The tension is always high. People are upset. Some people are never going home, or if they are going home, it's going to be a very long time, you know. So there's a lot of anger, you know. So, you know, those are some of my theories. You know, you got 3 square meals, you know, every day. You got your commissary to supplement that. You can buy food. A lot of people, they make ramen noodles and they mix their tuna up and mayonnaise. We might get hard-boiled eggs on our trays in the mess hall and bring them back to the dorm, break them up, put them in the soup, you know, drain the water off the soup, put some mayonnaise in there, egg, tuna. Some people might chop up jalapeno and put it in there. Onion, you can get onion on commissary. Throw it on you know, eat it like that, or throw it on a sandwich, you know, and you're just getting like everything you need right there. A lot of carbs, a lot of proteins. But, you know, it just blew my mind, some of the stuff I seen in there, some of the feats of strength. These guys weren't on steroids. You know, you can't get steroids in there. A lot of them were bigger than the correctional officers, and the correctional officers need to be big. Just some dangerous guys, you know, some dangerous people. and always knowing that threat of violence is in the back of your head, it keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you wanting to stay up, you know, because if you you know, you don't take care of yourself, you don't work out, you're going to be more vulnerable, you're going to be a victim, you know what I mean? No one wants to be a victim. No one wants to be a victim, you know. And another thing too is I was always told, you know, you want to come out of there, like finish your time looking better than when you went in. You want to be stronger, you want to look better, you want to be more fit than when you went in, and that's a big thing. People got girls they want to go home to, or some are single, or you know, some might have a wife or a girlfriend they want to come home to looking good. Some might be single and knowing they want to get out and get some cheeks, ideally. Or you know, maybe find a girlfriend or get married, start a family, whatever, you know. So they're trying to get right before they get out, you know. I tried to as well, and did pretty good. Came out looking decent, you know. My last time in 2014 when I got out. But truly, in my opinion, the reason, in summary, I just wanted to make a short video to get back out there in the YouTube algorithm and show you guys I haven't forgot about you all and appreciate you all. But the reason is you're vulnerable, you're in a dangerous environment, you're around a bunch of men, your body hits that fight or flight, starts producing more testosterone, growth hormone, things of that nature, and you know, your body has that physiological response. You're getting enough rest, you're getting enough food, and a lot of these guys are training at high intensity. You know, they want to come off dominant, they want to appear as a threat to others so people don't mess with them. You know what I mean? No one wants to be that prey, so that's what happens. So that's why I think, in my opinion, why guys come out looking huge, looking crazy, looking super jacked and fit. So yeah, it's a big time motivator to get in shape while you're in there. You have the best reason of all reasons. You know, your life could be on the line, not just to impress women, not just to flex and look cool or whatever. It's potentially life and death, literally. So your body says, I got to make this happen. I gotta adapt to this environment, and I have to make this happen. And it forces your body to grow as long as you're putting that work in and eating right. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Just want to get this short one out to you all. This one's about 17 minutes, I think. Love you all. If you like this type of content, please take a moment to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all those other things, because it helps me a lot, you know. And I would love to continue to grow this, and who knows, maybe make an income out of it. That'd be cool. But even if it just helps people and puts information out there, that's cool as well. You know, I appreciate any support. So appreciate and love you all. Thank you for watching this episode, and I'm going to try to start uploading each week again and get back into the groove and start thinking of some good subjects to cover. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day. I'm about to get ready myself and go get a lift in. Bang, bang. So yeah, you all have a great day. Peace.